Welcome back, Filmholics. Now, my name is Kyle Kennick, and in this channel you'll find anything and everything filmmaking. Now, before we get started, if you guys could go ahead and like and subscribe. And today we're going to be talking about streaming service versus the theatrical experience, and my personal opinion about that. So let's go ahead and get started. So my opinion on this is really weird, especially with the whole fact that streaming services just keep coming out and out, like for example Disney Plus, and it's causing the death of television, and also somewhat the idea that movie theaters are kind of gonna go away soon, or the market for movie theaters. And as somebody that works in a movie theater, it hasn't dwindled as much as people would think, but that could be different due to the fact that my theater that I work in is a little bit different. It's Flix Brewhouse, so you have a restaurant experience while you're watching a movie. But that being said, still in my eyes, it's difficult to know that people want to watch a movie in their couch instead of a giant group of couches that are lined up, and a lot of people are just going out of their way to sit down for 3 hours just so they can watch a movie. And to some people in modern day life, with the whole streaming service and how much that spoils us, it causes this whole do I even have to go, or the whole I hate people mentality. I honestly do disagree with that mentality, and it makes me really sad that that is actually getting more popular. I really would like to see more original stories come out in theaters so that you'd have to go to the theater to experience those things, but people don't want that anymore. People want something that's nostalgic, and it's really difficult now that you can have that in your home, and all you have to do is wait a couple months. So it's just sad in a way. So that's why I don't personally like the idea that streaming services are causing a lack of theater experience. But in the same time, those people that are controlling those streaming services, besides Disney of course, allow their creators to create films with less producer impact. So less of, for example, a really good example actually is the movie The Thing. And what happens in that whole production is that they want to do practical effects, because the first The Thing came out and blew everyone's minds with practical effects. So they were like, we need to do an homage of this movie just because we love this movie. We're in this job to create practical effects just because of this movie. So a lot of people went into that movie business because of that movie alone. And then a producer just came in and said, nope, I don't like it. Looks weird. Let's make CGI. And then it ended up looking like shit. And that's not the CGI artist's fault, but it's the producer's fault. They didn't give the CGI artist enough time to make it look like practical effects, but it also took away all of the hard work of those practical effect artists. So the producers for streaming services are less heavy on the creators, I guess, would be the best way to word it. And that allows for a lot more creative stories and a lot more broad impact in the directing and the storytelling experience. So it's a new form of art, but I would love the idea if streaming services would allow their movies to be shown in theaters, because that theater experience is so good. Something about coming into a theater, well, it's still light outside, and then when you get out it's dark, and you're just like, yes, I just went through this journey. I just went through a journey with the fucking Fellowship. I remember that theater experience so much just because of the fact that I felt like I was there with them. I felt like I would do anything for Frodo, for Legolas, for Gimli, for Aragorn. And it's because I invested that 3 hours, 4 hours of my time into watching this movie. So I would like the idea if they would somehow meld the two so that theaters could show original stories and less producer heavy stories into theaters, because I think that would fix that problem really well. I know this opinion probably won't hit anybody up in there yet, but I just want to speak this because I, as someone that works in a theater and as somebody who loves original stories, the fact that in 2020 we have more original stories than nostalgic stories or like stories built on like something that's already been created, so there's a lot less remakes. I love that's happening in Hollywood, but streaming services just has a lot less producers, like I said. One of my personal favorite series is Peaky Blinders. That's why I had the hair done the way that I have it now. I have to get a haircut though, but that's beside the point. So that series hits so hard in so many levels, in writing, in cinematography, in directing, in every way possible. Even the acting is on point. They got Sam Neill to come back and become this Welsh douchebag of a police officer, and it's just great and beautiful in the first season. So I would like the ability to get streaming services into theaters, basically. I know that's happening in some theaters, but I want it to be a lot more mainstream, and I like the idea that a lot of theaters now are thinking about it. And with me working at a place called Flicks Brew House, why haven't we done the whole Netflix Brew House, where we put like a popular movie on Netflix that gets released during that time and put it into theaters? Netflix Brew House, it's in the name. Sorry, had to rant about that. So if anybody in Flicks sees this, I'm good at social media. I mean, I got over 100 in less than a year. I got 200 in less than that amount of time. So with the whole following we have, But again, beside the point, and that's just my opinion on streaming services and theater experiences, because I personally like both. I like the idea that both can have creativity, and I want that to keep going towards an area where both can exist. That's basically it. That's basically it. Thanks for listening, honestly, but that's gonna end this discussion about those two subjects. That ends this video, and if you guys enjoyed this video, please go ahead and again like and subscribe. Also follow the links in the end of the video for all my social media. They were listed in the beginning and also in the end of the video. But if you guys also enjoyed how I made this video and you want to make videos on your own, I have links down below for gear that I use personally, and if you want to check those out, go ahead and check those out. It comes at no extra cost to you guys. It just gives like a little bit of an extra percentage of the income that they get to me to support the channel. So not sponsored, just simply want to create more content for you guys. And of course, dream on.